Hey everybody, welcome into another episode of the Underground Runaround. This is episode 13. We don't have baseball, but we have Brett Solely, baby. Brett, something happened to you this weekend.
Super pumped, man. That
Oh boy, the title will
monster.
give it away. It's this box. Pav Danny, our co-host. How you doing, sir?
Not as good as Brett.
That's what I'm saying. Brett, what happened on Sunday? Walk us through Sunday.
Man, my Sunday was amazing. I was watching Illini basketball, and the FedEx truck came with that first edition Topps baseball, and I was like, I'm going to make a quick video of this during halftime. And I was going to open it. I was full send it no matter what. I felt like the value of that product was good enough. I'm just going to open it. And boy, pulled the big daddy of all of them. I think it's the card of the product right now by far, the 101 Wander Platinum. And I went nuts, dude. What a wave of emotions.
Yeah, fucking Dickie V showed up on your video. It's like he took you over, baby. Yeah, baby, we got the 101 one.
Exactly. Yes. You saw some raw emotion there.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what it's all about.
I was hyped up.
I was hyped up, dude. I was sitting right here because on Sundays, like the weekends, I try not to work. I always tell my wife, like, hey, I'm not going to work this weekend. And then the second the kids aren't pulling on my hair or something, I sneak on down here to do a little work. And you were like, hey, dude, I'm opening the box. I'm like, yeah, I'm tuning into this box. And then you pulled the card. Well, it was like the last stack of packs, right? It was closer to the end.
It was on the second half of the box for sure.
Yeah, because you were through it. You were pulling a lot of color, and we hadn't seen any Wander. I'm like, man, you're pulling a lot of color. And I think you even made a Wander. I think you said something about Wander at some point in the video. You're like, where's he at?
Yeah, I was getting worried I was going to pull one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's Wander Mania. I need to pull a Wander.
I know. We've been talking about Wander Mania since Bowman's Best, man.
I knew when I was opening that box that there would be a risk of not pulling one, you know?
Right.
So I was, and I don't remember what I said right before that Wander came out, but it led into it like perfectly. And then kaboom goes the dynamite. I went,
yeah.
I was just like, I was in shock because people asked me like, was that genuine? I'm like, guys,
what do you think it was?
When I pulled it and I had it and I looked at it, I knew it was a parallel.
Right.
And the stars threw me off.
Me too. I agree.
Because I'm like, for Brad's opening a ton. Pav, you're a basketball guy. You see the stars, and especially, you're like, that's Independence Day parallel. But you're like, wait a sec. In my mind, didn't comprehend that. I saw the checklist and the parallels, but I'm like, and then I turned it over and I saw the 101, was like, holy crap. And then, dude, I had that adrenaline rush, and I'm holding it. And I'm shaking then, and people saw me fumble, bumble, stumble. There ain't no cutting, dude. Man. And I had to put it down. I still had a problem getting in the sleeve. I did not damage it. By the way,
no, you didn't
damage that card.
No,
I didn't. I wasn't trying to jam it in there. I put enough cards in sleeves that I wasn't forcing it. But
clear your name.
But that corner was already a little bit damaged, and that's what was keeping that corner from. So I just took my time. It went in.
Yeah.
And it's not as bad. I believe when it gets graded, it's going to be a PSA 8. Somewhere in there. I don't think it'll get a 9 or 10, but I think it'll be an 8. I'm just guessing.
I think you're going to be surprised.
And I don't care either way.
It's
I don't really think
it's PSA, and I think you're going to be surprised.
So I should have had somebody be like, I had Beckett reach out to me and a message on Twitter saying they had graded it for free. I should have said, if you will give it a black label, I'll send it to you right
now. Yeah.
Who's got them black labels?
Please give me a black label. And I'll
you pulled that card. Sure. I was down here hitting the cowbell. You know what I mean? I was down here just getting it. I was going nuts. I was fucking partying, celebrating, screaming in your chat. I don't give a shit. This is badass right now. What's happening? Oh,
and then after it was done, I was so amped up, I didn't even know what to do. And then all of a sudden, my Facebook started blowing up because I had posted a link on the Brooklyn Club, the Montgomery Club Facebook page that I was opening because I knew some people would want to see it. before they open theirs.
I didn't even know there was a page for that.
There is, and the reason I got on there, the only reason I got on there is because I don't get the emails. For some reason, I don't get the emails, so I don't know when the product's coming.
Yeah,
so I got to make sure that I use the group.
I didn't get the last one. The what the hell was it? I think you or Juice bailed me out. I think Juice did, and then I sent it to you because I didn't get the email either. But I had just gotten an email like 10 minutes before that about whatever Tops Now shit they were selling. So I was pretty salty that day at Tops. So I'm like, oh, they're trying to pull a fast one on me. Send me this bullshit email. I put my guard down. I step out of the house, go to the gym, and then boom, there's some Brooklyn shit you got to buy.
There's a great opportunity.
I think it was for these boxes. I didn't even get the email for this box. Somebody else told me.
Yeah, imagine that. I keep an eye on that. And, there were lots of people who were salty on this box. I saw comments in that group. I'm not buying this box because it's $350.
Yep.
And I saw it go live, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't second guess anymore.
Exactly.
Anything, I buy it, and at worst case scenario, you can sell it for what you paid if you don't open it. Right?
It's terrible because like people, there's so many people that just don't even have a good understanding of like values of things. And Brad will tell you when it came out, because I'm flipping it, right? I flip the majority of the stuff that I get from it. I don't ever get to pull the big cards. You got it. See, I didn't have it, so I'm good. I'm good. But I'm watching it on eBay, and people were selling them for $450 with free shipping. And it's like, dude, and most of this stuff I pay for the upgraded shipping. I want to be the first guy to put it on eBay and actually ship the shit, and
and at $450, what is that? $20-$30 you're gonna make after
maybe
fees and all that, right?
Maybe.
Right. So like that's just a scared flip.
Yeah. So I held on to it, and I put mine $650 or best offer, and I sold it the next day at $600. So like people are fucking ignorant to like the idea of what this stuff is actually worth, the idea of values in that, because the reality is, like you were saying, if you had an opportunity to pull just the base Wander, that pays for your box. So you pull that base, your box is you're good. Everything else is cake. So I the value was there on that one. It was pretty obvious. People are silly.
I honestly think that's a lot to do with social media people, man. The people that make the most noise usually know the least. I can't speak properly, but you understand what I'm trying to say. The people that want to make the loudest noise and have an opinion are these fucking idiots. And I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. If you thought a first edition flagship box, yeah, it was pricey, and we all looked at the number twice. We did. I did. Everybody did. But we all fucking bought it. You know why? Because we're not stupid. It's the first time they've done a first edition, and I don't really like the first edition shit that they've started doing. The same thing I don't like with the overproduction of the Sapphires, and, it makes the Atomic worthless. I was actually talking to Jason Barr today. His wife, because his house burned down. We did a big thing for him. His house burned down, unfortunately, about a month ago. We took up like a collection of sorts. It was if you want to do something for him, you can use me as your middleman. And we put together a really nice package for him. But his wife bought him a box. Even Steel City Collectibles, who I don't do a lot of business with. So for anybody, I'm not pumping them. Let's put it that way. They reached out to me on Twitter, sent me a fucking DM and said, "Hey, we'd like to send something if you have an address." So big shout out to Steel City Collectibles as the only like big entity to show some hobby compassion, I guess, or maybe that's the only radar I got in front of. I don't know, but big shout out to them for doing whatever they did. I don't know what they did. But I was talking to Jason. His wife bought him a mega box of Chrome Update. and he pulled a X-Fractor Kelnick. I'm like, man, I wish they'd do more with the X-Fractors. I'm like, I hate that they're retail only. Like, they're nice. I like them nicer than the Prisms. And, I'm like, and they're retail, and I don't really like retail. I wish I could see some more X-Fractors because they're great. But at the same time, me and Jason were talking. I'm like, I don't want them to do to the X-Fractor what they've done to the Sapphire and what they've done to this first edition. But this is the first time they've done the flagship first edition. So this box alone, it's like the Formula One Sapphire box I got sitting up on my shelf over there. It's the first one, man. Keep it. Just let it fucking sit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after you made your pull, Brett, these boxes were touching $1,000 on Sunday.
I just pulled it up because I've been on eBay since.
I haven't looked.
They're $935 to $1,000 right now.
Exactly. Because I thought about, you said it during the video, I might go grab another 2 or 3 of these. You said it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the same thing. But after that, oh boy. There's still an autograph of his in this product, correct?
Correct. Insert autograph.
So there you go. There's one more gigantic pool card. And once Brett's card sells, you've consigned it, correct? You signed the paperwork?
Yeah, signed the paperwork, shipped it out.
You don't have to talk details, but it is going to Golden, correct?
Going to Golden, and then they're going to send it to PSA to get graded.
There you go.
So I'm pumped about that.
So hopefully, if you guys follow along with the podcast, probably next week we'll know, hopefully we know when it'll be available for the auction, and then we'll keep you guys posted with all the results of that. But man, what a fucking awesome pull, dude. What an awesome pull.
I'm pumped. And to me, obviously I would love to be able to pay off my house and the money's great, but you open cards because of pulls like this, right? Like, you just hope you hit a monster sometime, but it's fun. This is always, and I guess I'll take a minute here. Like, a lot of people don't know my journey. Like, this has been a journey.
Take all the time you want.
This didn't just happen. I feel like I got very lucky to be where I'm at in a lot of ways. You know, the only reason I got back into buying cards is because I got divorced, and I was in a bad place. And I don't know how far I want to go in this because I don't want to get emotional. I'm not that kind of guy, but believe me, I don't want to open up the Pandora's box and go relive that stuff. But
do your thing, bud.
I was in
make a Jack's Pizza afterwards.
I was in a tough place, man. I never knew what depression was, and believe me, I was battling it. And my friends and family helped me through it. But cards, I was playing disc golf tons, and the cards at night, man. Instead of going out and drinking, I was chilling with some cards and having a good time selling. So that's where, and I was small, you know.
Do you know what year that was?
It was 2015, like the fall of 15, and then that next, I remember going on spring break to Jim and Steve's sports card shop in Waukegan, Illinois. Excellent sports card shop, and I bought a box of Gypsy Queen and pulled a Chris Bryant relic auto out of 50, and dude, I was like, this is awesome. You know, like, wow. And I started going and buying more. And then I'm a teacher. Again, people think like I just have tons of money because I'm open lots of stuff. I really don't. But I've been smart and lucky. I was ripping cards, grinding on eBay like crazy, basically breaking even, getting a huge PC. And just doing that, and then by each year it just built. You know, it's like going up the mountain a little higher each time. And
can I cut you off?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're a prime example of what I try and preach to my customers, with how you approach slabbing cards, how you do the monthly thing. I've been screaming that to my people, not because I want their business, but because I want them to understand how to get another revenue stream in the hobby, and you're a prime fucking example of it. Especially you don't make $1 million, you know, you're a public school teacher, and this man, outside of this Wander hit, has been able to fund everything he's done in the hobby for the last 7 years. Before the boom, during the boom, after the boom, he's been able to fund it on a public school teacher's salary, and you don't work in the summer, correct?
Not anymore. I used to grind, but not anymore. I would rather do this, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I
lot
would
more
rather do
fun.
what you're doing too, Brett.
and you know, and believe me, and here I made a lot of mistakes along the way as a getting back in the hobby of, you know, like here's a card I would like back. You know, when you're opening up a lot of cards, you gotta pay for the stuff.
Yep.
In 2019, I'm sure you guys know, but when 2019, after 2018 update came out, that set was amazing, amazing. One of the best sets still. I would love to go buy a case of that. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But I went balls to the wall on 2019 Series 2. I mean,
Yes, you did.
I was buying
Every retail box on planet Earth.
every chance I got. I was buying. Even when the pandemic hit, I was buying boxes for $20, hanger boxes for $20. I spent my stimulus check on hanger boxes. You know, so I was building and just, but anyway, to pay for some of this stuff, you got to sell some stuff, man. And I sold a Tatis Independence Day parallel raw, and I wish I would have held on to that one. Like, I opened up tons of those blister packs.
Do you have any idea what that's worth right now? Not to kill you about it.
I don't want to look. Probably 10,000 if it's a PSA 10.
I only ask because I have a gold wave chrome rookie of Tatis.
Dude, that's big.
But I bought it. I bought it from a man named Charlie Reber, who was a customer of mine. I haven't seen him in a while, but he was always a fair man to work with. And I bought it. I don't want to tell it. It's nobody's business what I paid for it. But I did a cash credit deal. And the credit stipulation was because I didn't want to pay the cash he wanted, because we both agreed that it probably wouldn't get a 10. It's got a print line, and it's not bad, but it's got a print line. So I'm like, I don't know. It depends who gets whose eyes this card falls under, and I don't want to have to send it to PSA 10 times to get the 10. But I will if I need to, you know what I mean? I was just curious because, that's a numbered 50, but it's not the true gold, and the Independence Day's great.
Yeah, they're big cards, but as this journey went along, like I've been breaking with you, not as much recently because there's just, I've been kind of cutting back anyway and picking and choosing. But I sold at my first show because you asked me to come down. I'm like, this sounds pretty cool. And the pandemic really changed the way I did business too, like in terms of selling, because I went down, sold there, and things might not have been the same had I not been selling at shows and then going to Oak Creek.
Yeah, dude. I made you come to your first show.
Yeah,
I said, dude, get your ass down here and sell some cards. And then next thing I know, you're off running to these other towns and not even telling me. Don't even get an invite. This dude's like, fuck this guy. I'm off doing these other shows.
How long did you spend at that first show?
Well, the first one was there the whole time and did well. Did really well.
The second one, right?
The second one's the one where I sold the table.
The second.
And there was the party guys.
Yeah.
And, sorry, Brad. Sorry, man.
No. That's actually cool. We can use this. When that happened, when you sold that table, you sold it to Terrence, right?
Yeah.
You sold it to Terrence, and then another guy was with them, Anthony Dovine.
Yeah. Dude, he's big time, dude.
Dovine's big time. They just gave him some recognition with his Rise program that he's doing. Upper Deck is making a card of him this summer. I don't know if they already made it. They had big ones for him at the show. They had the Culture Collision down in Atlanta this weekend. So it's really cool. He's been doing that program, but they had a big show out for the National last year, and they raised a ton of stuff for groups of people that wouldn't get the opportunity to be around sports cards, and to see all the businesses come together and help him out with that, and then to see what he's done with it, I fucking love it. So the fact that you sold your table to a guy that was hanging out with this other guy, and while that screwed us out of business for today because they were just basically partying and celebrating their score and figuring out what they had. And that, everybody thought it was a big party after that. It was still cool because I actually got to meet Mr. Dolvine that day. I shook his hand. I asked Terrence, I said, is that guy that I see on the internet all the time? is that him? Like, let me at least introduce myself. So that was a silver lining of that day. Plus, you made a ton of money, and those are good people. I have nothing but good things to say about
Yeah,
those guys.
dude,
So
he grinds. Warrior Brand. He says he
yeah,
grinds. He works as hard as anybody, man. He
yep,
gets around, but and that's what I mean. I guess another part of this too is you find the true colors in people, and I've read a lot of the comments if there's anybody who's watching the video or a subscriber or seen us talking, almost 99% of everything that's been said in the comments or around is positive, which is awesome,
it
because there's
is.
a lot of people who get jealous and whatnot, but I think the hobby was pumped to see somebody pull, genuine pull it, and I just can't believe how fast it spread, man.
Well, you're a fucking good dude, man. Like, I'm not getting weird with you. I'm not taking you out to dinner, and I'm not gonna get handsy. But you're a good dude. That's literally why we want you to be a part of the show. You're plugged into the hobby. You're connected to the hobby. Sometimes I get too busy to keep up with the news. I don't ever know what Pav's doing down there in his village, ever.
There's there's just so many assholes at the fucking card shows that I wouldn't have wanted to see pull that card. Yeah, and they're the guys that don't ever fucking sell anything. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Try to offer you half what your stuff's worth, and then when they go to sell
Right.
something, they want 110% of what it's worth.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's the
yeah.
one
This
thing I'll
card's
say.
worth.
Yeah, that's what I'll say about Terrence though. Like the dude, he'll if you put things on your table at a card show that you want to sell, you want a guy like that at your card show because he's gonna make you a fair offer. And I've had times where I've agreed with him on deals, and there's been times where we haven't been able to meet on the number. Now it's nothing personal, and me and him don't know each other like that. But I would love if every card show had 10 of those guys at the
Oh
show,
yeah,
because it's just an opportunity. The problem is a lot of people put stuff out at a show that they don't want to sell, or they don't know that what it's worth. They don't even know what it's going for. You have to put some work in if you want to be successful in a show, whether you want to make a large bulk deal at any point in time during the show, or if you don't, you still need to know about the stuff that you have in your cases. There's nothing worse than walking up to a case, and this is my biggest turnoff at shows. Any show on planet Earth, you walk up and you're like, "Oh, hey, how much you asking for that?" Like, "Oh, I don't know." What do you mean you don't know? It's your card, right? You're selling it. You own it. What? How much fucking money you want for it? Can we start somewhere? Because it's your card. Give me a number. It's not, let's make a fucking deal at the card show. Or I guess maybe I should just walk around going, hey, $50. Can't get that for $50. Just every card. $50. $50. Hey, $50. Yeah. And there's a lot of things at the shows that bother me from just how they function. But like Terrence and those guys, the big table buyers, the people that are trying to pay you 70, 65, 80, somewhere in there, 85, somewhere in that range. I don't know the exact range. You got to work on it and make it comfortable for you and them. But you have to understand, you want to move a bunch of stuff, you got to leave some for them too. The same, because here's the thing, you could sell your whole table right now, or you could piece it out card at a time. How fucking long is it going to take you to do that? Time is money, friends. I don't know why more people in the hobby don't understand that. Sure, if you're selling one card on Facebook at a time and you got to have 100% of what it's worth, sure. But you got to find a guy who's keeping that forever. Like,
But
Go ahead, Pav. Go ahead.
even like that time, the show where Brett sold his table, I sold a bunch of stuff to Terrence, and like the reality was that we sold right at the right time then.
Oh yeah.
Because everything was peaking out. So like you talk to my buddy Clayton now, and he's got his he's still holding his Lucas, and I mean, he left thousands of dollars on the table had he sold at that time for 80 to 85%. It's so much more than it's worth now. So I mean, like, people are I like you said, either you want to sell the stuff or you don't. And that's the nice thing about having guys like that. That's a real buyer, right? He made you an offer and he's going to pay you the cash. So like, you get so many flaky people at the shows that it's kind of terrible that you have to deal with the same shit from the people on the other side of the table with their crazy prices. It's like, look, I want to buy the card. I'm really interested. If you're gonna give me a price that's fucking 150% of what I can get it for on eBay, then what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You don't have to ship the shit or nothing.
Absolutely
I'm paying
ridiculous.
you cash. You don't have to pay fees. What's going on?
They don't want to sell.
Crazy.
That's what's going on.
They don't want to sell.
Hang on. What is this nonsense? Oh, this is. Sorry, I just got some spam email. It's ridiculous what happens in my inbox sometimes. Sorry, it never stops.
No contracts for the MLB then, huh?
Well, that's all they do is stop. The owners, Manfred, hey, we're locking you out so we don't have to cancel games. You know, we're locking you out because we want to get this deal in place. Hey, but we're not going to negotiate with you guys until after Christmas. Hey, it's after Christmas. We're not ready to give you a real offer yet. Hey, we're setting a deadline or we're canceling games. Hey, it's the night of the deadline. I think we're going to actually try and bargain with you guys today. What do you think? Okay. Hey, if you don't mind, would you mind staying late tonight so we can make you some more offers? Because we gave you the deadline, but we feel like we might be doing something here. Hey, can we have 14 teams in the playoffs? So that'll make us like 14 times more money because, we can charge more for playoff games, but we're not going to give you what you want. Hey, hey, so I know that back in 2020 when you guys wanted to play more than 60 games, we acted like we were listening to you, but we really weren't, and we were never going to play more than 60 games. Hey, I know that it's 2022 now, and you guys don't think that we're here in good faith, but hey, we're going to extend our own self-imposed bullshit deadline to another day so that we can negotiate some more, even though we know we haven't negotiated in good faith like we should have been this whole time. Hey, I know that we're really close on all the issues. I know we're real close on the minimum salary. I know we're gonna take 12 playoff teams. We're gonna add some more still, and not give 14. So not everybody's gonna get a participation trophy. And I know there's some other issues at stake here, but this whole pre-arbitration number, you guys want how much? 115 million? Best we can do is 25. Sorry. Oh, okay. All right. Here. That brings me to my next graphic. That was all spoken along a rough summary of what Bozo Bob's done the last week or so. And then we can show you guys this for anyone who doesn't believe us. This here yellow line, we're at 28 minutes if you want to watch on YouTube. 28 minutes, I have a graphic on the screen. The average opening day MLB payroll has actually decreased since 2017 here, as you can see by the chart where it goes down. And here the revenue for the teams, which is already more than double what the salary is. So the owners are making more than double what they're even putting on the field in terms of product on average, is absolutely soaring to unprecedented profits here. Unprecedented profits. Oh, here, I was trying to have my mouse there. You got the profits here are unprecedented, and down here you have the salary, which is actually decreasing while world inflation is just soaring. So millionaires, billionaires, who gives a shit, blah, blah, blah. Quit crying about that. That's not the issue at hand, folks of baseball people. That is not the real issue we have. So the issue is them getting a fair deal. The owners have showed no good faith. And here is the final argument I want to make on the lockout. How can you go to the negotiating table with people like the Rockies who won't pay players because they don't know when there's going to be fans in the seats, with owners like the Miami Marlins who chased one of the greatest baseball players of all time out of their front office because they have an unwillingness to win, which means they do not want to put a competitive product on the field, which means they don't want to spend money. How are the players ever going to get what they want with negotiating with ownership like that? Players want to play baseball and get paid. Owners want to get paid. They don't give a shit about the results. Not all of them, and it's really apparent. So that's anybody who's upset, on the fence, or irritated with anyone, be mad at Bozo Bob and his inability to make these owners put a quality product on the field. Look at baseball cards the last 3 years. How many Marlins rookies have there been? There's had to have been 20 rookies. Different rookies. All these fucking nobodies that you've never heard of. Oh, yep, here, they're going to make the minimum. Call them up. All right, who can we pay the minimum this year? That's the Marlins. That's what Miami's doing. Derek Jeter left, and by all reports was because they're in no position to win. He wants to win, and they don't want to spend any money to do it. And that's the type of people that the entire MLBPA has to bargain with. Who's bargaining here? The biggest thing before the lockout, because now that we canceled games, there's a whole nother set of problems. So the biggest hang up before they locked everyone out and canceled these games, everyone's been locked out, but before they started canceling games, was this pre-arbitration bonus pool. It's a new thing. It's for players to get more money that are pre-salary arbitration. So anyone who doesn't even know what salary arbitration is, but wants to complain about the lockout, shut the fuck up. Let's do that first. If you don't understand service time rules and how players get paid in baseball, it's unlike any other professional sport. So shut the fuck up. Go learn the rules, get educated, come back here, and then nod your head in agreement with me, because I know what I'm talking about. So this bonus pool, they're trying to get these young guys paid. They're trying to get them some money, because baseball is a sport where you get paid for what you've done rather than what you're going to do. And the owners don't want to do that. I get it. But then pay the guys what they're worth when they're worth it. So the bonus pool, the MLBPA wanted $115 million in that pool. The owners come out of the gate at $25 million. I just showed you on a chart how much money they're making. That's not even... They're still turning a ridiculous profit, even if they gave the players everything they wanted. So they negotiate this number, right? The players come all the way down. And honestly, I do not know what this number should be. I don't know. I'm going to side with the players 100 times out of 100 times. I've told you on every episode we've done, I'm biased in that regard. But you cannot dispute the facts I'm giving you. The owners or the players came down from 115 million down to 85 million. What is that? That's $30 million they've come down from what they were asking for. The owners' final offer that they put on the table was only $30 million. They were only willing to come up $5 million while the players came down 30. Who's negotiating here? The players. Who has no good faith in these negotiations? Bozo Bob and Co. It's so evident. It's disgusting. And then when Bozo Bob's doing his press conference, canceling games and smiling and laughing yesterday, he also says, the way we see it, they don't get paid for games they don't play. You know what the players union wants? They want fucking paid for all these games that they wanted to play that the owners don't want to pay them to play in. So now what I was reading today was that they either wanted to get paid for the whole season, or there was another tidbit in there that they wanted. So, or they weren't conceding that the games were getting canceled yet, or something. Or no, I'm sorry, I know what it was. Manfred also said they would not reschedule any of these games and blamed it on year-long interleague play. The players' union people said they want those games rescheduled once they get a deal in place, and they want to get paid for all 162 games. So that was the deal. The players are still willing to play these games that the baseball commissioner and his fucking idiot ownership clowns are trying to cancel so they don't have to pay. So they can save more money since they can't bring people in. But the players are willing to play all of these games still. They're willing. They said reschedule them. We'll play them or pay us for them if you're not going to do that. The players are more than willing to do anything that seems to be going on, and the owners just don't want to come off money, and it's absolutely disgusting. And most fans that don't have the time to be as in tune with this as most of us are, because we're diehard baseball guys, they're not going to understand it. So I'm just trying to help you guys understand why we're at where we're at and who's at fault. It's 100% the owners. You know, you can tell these guys to shut up and go play baseball and take what they're given. But when Mike Trout come out today and said they're not negotiating in good faith, that's the face of baseball. That's not the face of baseball. They don't promote him. He doesn't like to be in the spotlight. He's better than anyone we've seen in a long time play the game. And he just goes about his business. You never hear him in the headlines. You never hear him doing anything bad. You never hear him at the fucking club getting in shootouts or fights or any of that nonsense. The dude is amazing at the game of baseball and plays the game of baseball the right way. And when you see him do stuff for kids every now and then, you see him post a nice tweet or something when somebody, you know, pulls his card or anything like that. You see good things from him. You never see anything bad. For him to speak out like he did today, oh my goodness. You know it's bad. It's bad news. Rizzo tweeted something that he was sorry. He said, we're doing this for the next generation of ball players. They're trying to get what's fair, friends. Whether you like it or not, I hate it. I fucking hate it. But they deserve to get what's fair. They're bringing in unprecedented amounts of money. And sure, that they're going to lose some of that now. But without the players, you don't have that money. So yeah, the owner owns everything and makes the moves and the corporate handshakes and this and that. And sure, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't have the 9 fucking dudes on the field to play the game, none of that other shit matters. What do you own? You own something that you won't even let come into your facilities right now. So whatever. I'm done. I'm done with this guy.
So they're probably not too far from a deal, I would think.
I think they're fucking worlds apart.
I listen. I think the majority of what you're seeing is like straight up negotiation tactics from both sides. But I'm more surprised about the luxury tax threshold and like the minimum pay than the pool. Because the pool really no one knows where it should be set.
Exactly. I agree.
I think maybe the pool gets up to 50, but I don't know if it's gonna get.
I thought 60 in my head was what I thought all along. Basically right in the middle.
Right. Because I was kind of figuring you got about 300 players that are pre-arbitration, and I think like you're going to have a few guys that make some money, and then most of them aren't going to get paid much more than they already do, because you already have a lot of guys that make $750,000 on a contract. So it's going to be interesting where they end up. But I think they're probably closer than I think like flare-ups like this are actually good for negotiations. I think this is when you actually see things get done. Really, December and January were fucking trash, right?
Yeah, it's inexcusable. Yeah.
So like I think now, all this going on is actually really good for getting a deal done, because you do have some sort of back and forth, even if it's yelling and screaming right now.
They were doing so good the other night when they went late into the night. It seemed like they were making real progress, and it was all false. I was in the middle of a break, and I was checking Twitter in between every box, refreshing the Twitter feed, like, hey, trying to keep everybody in the loop. I fell asleep that night in bed on my phone, staring at Twitter updates, waiting for the next update. I'm like, my wife looks at me, she goes, who are you talking to? She always thinks I'm like talking to other girls or something. Crazy shit. I'm like, she watched too many of them murder documentaries. That's why I said, babe, if I was ever talking to anybody else, you'd be the first one to know with your fucking detective ass. Like, you'd know before I even knew. You'd have that bitch would be dead.
Brad disappears. We're never gonna find him.
No, you never.
Never.
But anyway, like, so with the, so I gotta figure out how to get this back on the screen. There we go. Or not. We won't do it. That's why we need a producer. So here we go. Anyway, back to this chart. So if the pool, the pre-arbitration pool, if the owners were at 30 million and they settled at 60, that's per team. So each team would only have to pay $2 million into that pool.
Right.
Right now, they're agreeing to pay $1 million into that pool per team. Look at this, dude. They're making so much money. $350 million compared to less than 150 average payroll. So and this number is bigger now because their trajectory is through the roof, and this one's down. And old fucking Bozo Bob's talking about the owners aren't making money. I don't believe it. But what do you mean, $2 million? How many bad contracts do you have on your team? You can't eat $2 million. The Mets are paying Bobby Bonilla $1 million every year. They can't put another $1 million in the fucking pre-arbitration pool to keep the players happy? Come on, what are we doing here? Get the deal done and play baseball, Bozo Bob. Quit laughing in your press conference. It's just ridiculous. You wait so long. Like, I figured they'd get the deal done, procrastinate last minute. But I want to know why, and both sides, honestly, to be fair, I want to know why they weren't doing this when they should have been doing it. Like, don't say it's the off season and it's our off season. We're going to relax now. No, that's not okay. You don't have a collective bargaining agreement. You don't have, and you're in an indefinite off season until you figure this out. So they should have been doing more, both sides. But from the players' side, I understand because the owners have showed no good faith since the last bargaining agreement. What was that, 16? When they did the last one, they were starting to have headbutts and issues then. They were starting to butt heads. So this was coming. We all knew this was coming.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Everything they've said, the owners, we're doing this because of this, and we're doing this because of that. No, it's not. You're doing it because you have owners like the Rockies and the Marlins and plenty of other teams, I'm sure, that just haven't publicly said it, like idiots like they have, they're not even willing to put competitive teams on the field. And it can't be money, because the Rays and the Athletics seem like they get to the playoffs every year with not a ton of money. So I don't know what it clearly shows incompetence at the ownership level. That's all it is. And if you can make, this is a bad example, but I used it in a break the other day, and it still rings true. So if I forget the guy's name, but that sorry sack of shit owner for the Clippers, who made all those racist comments, and the NBA made him sell his team over words that came out of his mouth. Not anything he actually did, just words. Sticks and stones break my bones, words can't hurt me. Okay, but we know that there's words you shouldn't say. We know that there's things you shouldn't say. We understand that. But the NBA made him sell his team. Why doesn't the MLB make these owners that refuse to put competitive products on the field sell their teams? They're literally just milking it for money. But since they're not saying anything derogatory, they get to blatantly rub in your face the fact that they're not willing to put a good team on the field. The Marlins should have no fans at their games. They should sell no tickets. The Rockies should sell no tickets. The way that I wish those fan bases understood it the way I do. Because I don't think I'm wrong. I just don't think the casual person knows these things. Like, they do not care about you. You're a dollar sign, and they don't give a shit what that scoreboard says. Go be a fan of another team. If you're in Florida, you got options. If you're in Colorado, you're kind of fucked. But you could find a West Coast team or a Southern team. Colorado's the most isolated geographical baseball team. There's so much empty space around them before you get out to the coast and down south and back to the Midwest. But in Florida with the Marlins, you could go be a fan of a lot of other teams down there.
If they put the Marlins, like I pulled up the roster salaries, the Guardians are at like 30 million. The Orioles,
Cleveland, he's another one. The Cleveland dude, and they were just in the World Series not long ago.
The Pirates are at 35 million. The Marlins are at 55 million. But if they put them up for sale, there would be a bidding war, and the There's guys like Timberlake that have a team. They want to buy a team and they want to move them to Nashville. There's people that will pay money and put a competitive team on the field. And I mean, look at the Dodgers, man. When Magic and those guys took over, and the Dodgers are a powerhouse. They spend money. It's
And it's not just spending money because and that is a part of that helps, no doubt. But the
Helps a
Rays,
lot.
the Rays and the A's have proven you don't need it.
Yep,
You need
you don't
people
have
that
to.
care. You need people that care about the game, and those guys don't care. We lost Brett; he'll be back, I'm sure. I'm sure he will. But literally, that was the other team I keep forgetting because that was the Lindor thing. Cleveland, the owner of the Indians, said no player's worth $300 million. He said it. So whether he's right or wrong, it doesn't matter because other teams and owners have already been like, yes, they are. Watch this contract. And it's happened. And it's happened. And it's happened. What do we have? 4 or 5 of those right now? You have, is Rendon a $300 million guy? You have Rendon, maybe. You have Trout. You got Machado. You got Harper. Corey Seager just signed a $300 million deal.
Acuna? What
Nope.
did he sign for?
Not $300 million. So you have a handful of guys that have already proven Soto's going to make more than that whenever he gets his deal. So there's definitely guys that are worthy of that, and the Cleveland owner says, "Hey, we're not worth it, but we're gonna pander to your cancel culture and change the name of our team." While every other high school in America or public school system in America with the Indian name isn't going to change theirs, even specific tribe names and what have you. So, we're going to be the Guardians now, but we couldn't guard a 3-1 lead in the World Series against the Cubs. Shout out to 2016 Cubs. Go Cubs, go. What's up?
Go Cubs.
I wonder what kind of money like the Marlins actually make. The profit number. What I could find, I see like the Atlanta Braves last year made about $100 million profit. Obviously, they have a huge fan base.
That's less than average, though. According to this chart.
No, revenue is not income.
Oh, I gotcha.
Well, revenue is not profit, right? Revenue. Right. So, like, I wonder what, and that's average. So I'd imagine some of these teams run pretty tight, but you would think that like with their
they have revenue sharing though and all that,
right?
So
they would do. I would think they would do like a percentage. Each team pays a percentage into, rather than each team pays $1 million
for the arbitration, the pre-arbitration. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I feel like they really should kick up the I feel like the payroll threshold should be a bit higher. I feel like it's too low. It's really too low. And the minimum really needs kicked up. So I don't know how much the players care about those things because when they look at overall average, as long as they increase the average payroll, they don't care about the maximum payroll, right? Average payroll is more important for negotiation purposes.
Yeah, because and I've said this before. You have 31 people. You have 30 owners in Manfred, and then you have every other big league player that you have to get on the same page. There's a lot more agreements that has to occur within the MLBPA than the owners. There's more people that have to agree, and you have to get more different types of people. All the owners are the same type of people. They're all the same. The players are all at different stages in their career. Some don't give a shit. They're set for life. Some might only be in the big leagues for a year or two. More often than not, I would say it's got to be somewhere in at least 25% of big leaguers aren't around for more than a year or two. Just the turnover rate between those types of guys.
How many actual big leaguers are involved with the negotiation right now? I saw Max Scherzer is there. And
they're all gone now. They went home. Manfred took their ball and they went home. I don't know. I do not know. I would assume every team has a representative. I would assume. I don't know the inner workings of the
Do
MLBPA.
people still hate Tony Clark now? I feel like the players obviously I think they like Tony Clark, to be honest.
I couldn't tell you.
I know like people really gave Tony Clark a fucking tough time, dude.
Right? He's got a tough job.
A real tough job, yeah.
I just pulled up the MLB page, and they said they have 8 players serve on the executive subcommittee and are elected by their peers. This includes 2 associate reps, 2 alternates, and 2 pension reps. Some of the names that I saw: Jason Castro, Garrett Cole, James Paxton, Zach Britton, Lindor,
I know
Scherzer, and Andrew Miller.
Yeah. That's who's all current guys. They were all there.
Oh, so here's more shit, and take this how you want. But Ross Stripling, pitcher for the Blue Jays, says the owners tried to sneak things into the fine print of the proposal right before the deadline. Never before seen things they tried to sneak into those offers when they started actually bargaining, when they started making concessions to the players, they started doing things. It says
They're
it got to be
politicians now.
It says it got to be like 12:30 a.m. and the fine print of their CBT proposal was stuff we had never seen before. They were trying to sneak things through us. It was like they think we're dumb baseball players and we get sleepy after midnight or something. It's like that stupid football quote. They are who we thought they were. They did exactly what we thought they'd do. They'd push us to the deadline that they imposed, and then they tried to sneak some shit past us at the deadline, and we were ready for it. We've been ready for 5 years, and then they tried to flip it on us today in PR, saying that we changed our tone and tried to make it look like it was our fault. That never happened. I agree. I don't even know this to be true. That's his quote from his mouth. He was there. Why would we not believe him? That makes sense. When the owners finally decided to negotiate, they're like, yeah, here, we'll give you what you want. Here we go. Yeah, this is what you want. Now watch this shit.
I have a feeling it's going to get nastier too.
I think it is too.
I've been through a strike that went through 4 weeks in my school district. We're the 3rd largest school district in Illinois, and things got nasty on both sides. I mean, things that people say from the district officials and even our reps. So they're going to be throwing shade at each other, and they're going to be in the media, and they're going to be calling each other out, and it's going to be a struggle, and it's a game of chicken. I just wish is there any incentive for the MLB owners to? I know less games equals less pay, but do they make more money playing less games?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like
right.
the TV deals, or
I would think like if they take those games from out of like April, right? Then maybe they don't hurt so bad, because some of those games it's fucking cold out and people aren't showing up. You're still going to have opening day. The first game that you actually have, that's still going to be opening day. So I maybe they save a little bit of money through that method. Like I would suppose that if you had a chart of all the games, right, there's going to be games that you make money and games that you lose money. I'm guessing that you lose money in April.
They make more in attendance once the weather warms up and once school gets out. Absolutely, no doubt about that. So, yeah, I don't think the owners are in any position to sweat it right now. Plus, they have more money than the players anyway. Like I said, they only have to be 31 strong. The players have to be 40. They have to be 1,200 strong, plus all their extra reps. There's 30 teams. There's 40 men on each 40-man roster if they have full 40-man roster. That's 1,200 people. So you have to get 1,200 people to all agree on the same thing, and then you only have 30 people over here that have... And these 30 people all share the same ideals. These 1,200 people come from every different fucking background on earth, from playing stickball in the dirt to being some rich fuck with a batting cage in the spare room of their mansion. They have all different types of people, all walks of life with the players. The owners are all rich.
Yeah, the owners definitely have the advantage of, like, say, they started fucking making a new league, right? They have the advantage of they have the television networks and all that kind of stuff. So
The other with
yeah,
the TV deals, I don't know how it works for baseball. I do know that when the pandemic happened and all the sports shut down and UFC bought real estate in Abu Dhabi to hold events, that was literally because their deal with ESPN manned, and it's Disney Network and ABC, it's all ESPN, it's all owned by Disney now.
right.
They had to have a certain number of events on the year in certain time slots, or the ESPN was actually allowed to fine the UFC for not having it. It was a contracted deal. So I don't know if baseball's like that for any of the national broadcasts, like Fox.
What I'm saying is the owners of the baseball teams own those fucking networks. Well, that's where UFC has a disadvantage because it's Dana White and those guys running it. Whereas, like, fucking you got major billionaires running these baseball teams. They own the TV networks that the fucking games are on. So, like, if the players went out and said, okay, we're going to start a new league, we're going to start our own league, they would have trouble getting their games just broadcast. So the owners have a huge advantage over the players all day, every day, just because they have that infrastructure that they own. They own all of that. So it's kind of a fucking, that's kind of the big bummer for the baseball players, because eventually it's going to turn into you're starving the guys that don't make money, right? Because not every baseball player is a millionaire. So eventually they're going to have to start making some secessions to allow the season to start.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said last time we talked about this. I said the owners are just going to hunker down and starve them out. I said I didn't think there was going to be a deal in place, and you asked me if I thought Bowman would come out before they were playing games. And I said, I hate to say it, but as it stood then and there, I said Bowman spring baseball would come out before they were playing games. And I said that didn't think necessarily that meant they wouldn't be in spring training by then, but they sure as hell wouldn't be playing big league games. I said any headline could pop up and change that. And what is it, Monday night, I started getting real hopeful, and I knew it. And I said it during a break. I said, man, they're getting us hyped up for nothing. I said, it's never going to happen. And that's literally what Ross Stripling's article here says. So the owners clearly show that they don't have any good faith for their negotiate. Why are you trying to sneak things into a deal if that's true? Why are you trying to put things in your proposal that you've not put into any other proposal up until the last minute? That's fucking Mickey Mouse shady bullshit. It just makes me dislike them even further. They already have all those advantages you speak about. Why are they so fucking hung up on a drop in the hat to them? You know what I mean? It's nothing to them to give these players what they're asking for. And then watch their revenue continue to soar. Now what happens? How many casual people do you lose? I'm going to be back whenever baseball's back. That's my fucking... Baseball's turned into my life's work, essentially. From between playing and coaching and getting into sports cards and now doing sports cards and the podcast and talking about baseball and talking to professionals, and I fucking love the game. I love everything about the game. I don't love this. I don't love this one bit. And since the podcast is basically a curse. It was like our second episode was talking about the lockout. 13 episodes now, and we're still talking about the lockout. I want to talk about the free agents we still got to get signed. I want to talk about what these rosters are going to look like. I want to know who's winning the fucking divisions, Instead we're worried about 14-team playoffs with bye weeks and shit. Like, what? Bye weeks don't belong in playoffs, or even the 12 format is supposed to have like the top 2 seeds get a bye. It's supposed to be like 4-4, and then 4-4 again. Like the wild card is going to be like a series, I would assume. Like I don't know, wild cards with buys. I don't know if it's going to be just one game. The one game wild card that they're doing now, I hate too. It's not baseball's not a one game thing. I even feel that way about like state championships at the high school level. I feel like those should be best out of 3 in every state. Because any school can have one fucking stud pitcher. Any state, any school, any town, some nowhere town with 60 people can have one guy who throws 90 in high school. Do they have 2? You know what I mean? Like
happens in MLB. You
yeah.
throw your stud out there, win the fucking wild card game, and then get smoked in the division series.
Yeah, what the Cardinals did it the COVID year, I think. The Cardinals and the Marlins. The Marlins beat the Cubs, and both of those teams got into the playoffs because of canceled games because they didn't follow the COVID protocols, and they did them a favor by having them play the 7-inning doubleheaders, where they got to save 4 bullpen innings every time they did that. You know how much 4 innings out of your bullpen is? That's a lot of work. A good team has maybe 3 good relievers. After that, it's who's the healthiest? Who's got the freshest arm? And you're letting these dudes have super fresh arms. And they got into the playoffs with shitty bullpens and got destroyed when they got to, meaningful games where they had to play 9 innings and like Molina and them, they're all at the strip club, the Cardinals. They're like, yeah, we're out fucking party. Yeah, we'd all like to be partying, bub. That's not what you're allowed to do right now. And, they benefited from it. So I don't want to see any more shit like that. I don't want to see any more runners on second base and extra innings. This isn't fucking wiffle ball 2-on-2 in your backyard with fucking ghost runners. This is big league baseball. Treat it that way, Bob.
Hey, man, maybe Major League Wiffle Ball will be starting up pretty soon. You guys ever follow them?
I've seen it. I can't say I follow it, though.
I actually enjoy it. They're pretty fun.
It's pretty gnarly, dude. What you can do with a wiffle ball is ridiculous.
They got an amazing setup, and their YouTube channels are awesome. If you haven't checked that out, I can't wait till that season gets started up. Jimmy Norton, baby, MVP.
I got blackballed from fucking wiffle ball league before I ever got in. Terrible.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
It's because you fucking invite some people over, you kick their ass in your fucking backyard in wiffle ball, then you're blackballed from their wiffle ball league.
I wish I lived closer to you guys.
Guess you're not supposed to embarrass these guys. I don't know.
Pav's not. You're probably closer to me, Brett. How far do you live from the VFW and the station?
You know what? In the morning with no traffic going down around Chicago, it probably took me an hour and a half to get there, maybe at the most.
You're about the same then. Pav's like an hour and a half from me, so I'm like a central point. You guys are probably 2, if like in a straight line from him to you.
Make a Wrigley Field replica and play some ML wiffle ball, baby. Get a league going.
My buddy in high school, Chris Sullivan. Shout out to Chris Sullivan wherever he's at. I think he does like environmental stuff. Like the last I seen him on social media, like catches fish in the wildlife and like tags them and shit. He does cool shit. I don't really know what he does, but we used to do that in his backyard. We had like the like netting, like construction netting, the orange netting. We'd go out and fucking stake it out.
That's
and
awesome.
He didn't even play baseball in high school. He was a football player. He was a track guy, so he was in track during baseball season. But in the summer, we'd be playing wiffle ball like crazy. Anybody could play wiffle ball. It's fun. But you can, and I had these special wiffle balls. They were like gimmick, basically. They were a wiffle ball with a red ring around the center, and you could twist that ring to like open and close holes. And it would make the balls do the craziest shit. And they were super expensive. I forget what they were called. And they didn't last that long. Because once you squared it up a few times, you busted that ring.
You crack them, man, bad.
But, oh my goodness. You can make those balls do anything based on how you move that ring around. I forget what they were called, though. They were pretty crazy. Who knows about those? Anyway, man. Enough with... I hate doing these negative fucking I hate going down this road. I'm beating a dead horse of dumbassery brought to you by Bozo Bob and his 30 cohorts. Whatever.
Bringing my
call them.
3-day high down, man.
I don't want to. I want to get back to that because that was great.
Hey, as I was sitting here, the 52 mantle on tops, the NFLT, the NFT,
the NFLT, baby.
the
Don't talk
NFT.
about Goodell like that.
It's
Fucking
almost
Manfred
at
making Goodell look amazing.
It's almost at $9,000 so far with 1 day and 15 hours to go.
Yeah, well, just watch that auction get canceled live, like the Wander. What was that? A Father's Day Blue Wander, the one episode we were doing. Yeah. Now the Tops is gonna go cancel their own NFT.
I wanted to bid on it early. Like I messaged Brad and I was like, hey, dude, go bid on it because they said that they're gonna give out an NFT to everybody that bid on it. So if you're a bidder, you're gonna get some NFT from Tops. So I tell Brad to go bid on it. Man, listen, I fucking signed up for OpenSea. I signed up for Coinbase. I signed up for all this fucking shit. And
welcome to NFTs.
I can't spend my fucking money. I can't do it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to. I can't get and that is the bummer. Is like it was under $100, so I'm like, look, I because you got to have money in there to even do the bid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna put $100 in. I'm gonna get in early, so I only got to put $100 in to get my bid in there and get my NFT. Well, guess fucking what? I never got my money in there. That shit's 9,000 now. I ain't putting fucking 9,000 on there so I can bid and get my NFT. Son of a bitch.
That's why I complained when Top switched NFT platforms. They went from Wax to wherever Avalanche, and then now Fanatics has the deal on Candy, and now Tops is doing this OpenSea shit. Every different and that's what sucks about NFTs. They're inaccessible unless you've actually done it. So to like walk someone along, you just say, yeah, go here and sign up. Then what? Because let me tell you, when I bought the first Top Series 1 packs last year for the NFTs, okay, they let you buy the packs with a credit card. Cool. Okay. Well, once you open or sell a pack, then you get Wax points, which is a crypto. Okay. Then I had to open 2 different fucking exchange accounts. One with the Kraken or KuCoin or some shit. And then another one with Coinbase. Because I had to turn the Wax into another crypto. And then I had to turn that crypto into Bitcoin so that I could turn that Bitcoin into fucking cash money and actually put the money back. You know what I mean? So you have to be an expert at that shit. And the only reason I was able to do it was because I had another customer named Jerry Burney who was doing the same shit and he had done it. And I'm like, Jerry, am I doing this right? Because if you fuck up when you transfer those cryptos, when you exchange it from one thing to another, or I'm sorry, I had to change it from one thing to another. Then I had to send it from the KuCoin to the Coinbase. Whatever crypto I had it in, I had to send it from there to there. So you have to transfer wallets, and these wallets get these addresses. And if you put one number wrong, you can't get it back. If you send it to the wrong person, it's fucking gone. So I had like $4,000 in Bitcoin from selling these packs. And like, Jerry, is this right? Because it tells you, like, are you sure this is? I'm like, it gives you the things where you can like dummy proof click and copy and paste, like the auto copy and all that shit. It does it all. But if you've never done these things before, that's a high stakes fucking game to be playing. Like, even if it's a lesser amount. So then Topps launched Inception packs after that on a different platform. Like, they just did it on this platform. I just learned how to use this, and now I can't. Now this one, there will be no more new Topps on this? Fuck you. That's bad. So I'm still in the process of clearing out all my Series 1 inventory just so I can close all that down. I don't want a million different crypto places, but that's the beauty of it. It's all decentralized, blah, 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 blah. Yes, you can have 6 million more things to keep track of.
Yeah. Connect all these fucking thousands of accounts to your bank account too. It's like, what the fuck, man? I don't know.
Now I know why my
Pain in the
bookkeepers stopped telling me to do like crypto business. They're like, if you're making crypto investments, you got to do it on your own. We're not going to work with you if you're doing that. They're like, it's too hard for us. I'm like, okay.
It's a mess. I bought it's I don't know how to fucking pronounce any of these, but it's like Vive or VEVE, okay? And
All right.
they're handling Disney NFTs, right? So I jump in there, I buy this fucking NFT for $40 or something. It's cheap entry. So I'm holding it. I hold it for a while. Now the values went up. I sold it. So now I have more than I started with, but you can't change it to cash. They
Right.
have no way. So like if you get in, so like Disney NFTs are the most fucked up thing ever because you can't ever change it to cash. I don't understand.
That
And
doesn't make sense.
until they create a way to do it, there's no way to change their shit to cash yet.
There's got to be a way. It's got to
Dude,
happen. Dude, it was hard. I didn't even know Wax was like a crypto, but I had to turn that Wax. Wax only turned into like 3 different cryptos, and I think one of them was Ethereum. And I had to turn it. It was so fucked up at the time. This was a year ago now. But anyway,
Dude, I'm glad I did not get into this shit.
we don't have
holy
Brozati
crap.
here for the NFT talk. But with all of that being said, anyone still listening, I am eventually going to be on the Candy platform. I'm set up. I'll do NFT stuff over there. But I want to do it one place at a time. I can't be in a million different places doing a million different things. I can't. I don't have the bandwidth to remember all that shit, let alone the finances to finance all of it. If it's all going to be a different thing here than there, just relax, people. Relax. Just relax on the crypto shit. It's turning, as much as I think it's going to be around in the long term, I think they're not doing themselves a ton of favors right now. A lot of it should be like introductory, basic level. Hey, do this, do that. You can get American dollars this way, and call it a day. But enough with the NFT talk. Enough with the lockout. Cain Velasquez.
Cain Velasquez.
You want to talk about that, dude?
Free him.
Brett, did you hear about that?
I did not, no.
So I'm a huge MMA guy, a big time fight combat sports fan. Almost a historian. I would almost call myself a historian because even when I was a kid, I had the very first UFC and whatnot on VHS tape, and that dates me. But I was young, but I was advanced. You know, I was reading at 5. Like I was good to go. So I knew what was going on. Cain Velasquez, the first Mexican heavyweight, the first Mexican champion. He is definitely the first Mexican heavyweight champion in the UFC. Charged with attempted murder, 10 counts of attempted murder, and that was the first thing that came out. So everybody instantly goes CTE. CTE, what's wrong with them? Well, then the whole story comes out, and I don't know if the whole story's final, but the guy he tried to kill was the stepdad of a relative to him that had been sexually molesting this relative of his. So Cain Velasquez found out his family member was getting abused by his stepdad and went over there and fucking shot the guy. So The only thing I have to say about Cain Velasquez is apparently his aim isn't very good. But free Cain Velasquez, you know. So now
It's not the stepdad, right? It was, so it's like the relative of Cain Velasquez went to this daycare, and the daycare was ran by a woman. It was her son.
That's not at all what I heard.
No, okay. So Cain. So right now, like I have to double check because right now it's supposedly Cain Velasquez's kid is what's floating around.
They're saying it's his. It's a relative of his, and that whoever that person is, their stepdad was the one that was fucking with him.
Who said that? No, it was he shot. Okay, so all right. So there's a daycare that's ran by a woman.
Where are
Her
you get?
son.
I haven't heard a single
Listen,
word about a daycare.
listen, dude. Cain Velasquez, his relative, went to a daycare. A woman runs the daycare. Her son molested Cain Velasquez's relative. Okay.
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez finds them, finds the guy, the molester guy. He's in a car with two other people. One of those people is the stepdad of the molester, of the person that did the molesting. That's who got shot. So
yeah, I see it here.
Shot the wrong person.
You're an idiot.
But 10 counts, so that means he was fucking shooting at that car, dude.
Yeah.
So I think Cain Velasquez's only regret is that he didn't kill the molester. I think that's going to be his only regret in this. I think that look, man, it's probably going to be one of those things where he's going to claim momentary insanity. I don't think anybody will argue it, including the judge will be like, look, if my relative was molested, I'd probably have a momentary insanity as well, and who knows what happens. So I made some fucking signs. I told Brad I was going to make some signs today, and I made them, and then I forgot them. I was at the office, and I had a free Cain sign that I was going to have on one side, and then I was going to have a Ukrainian flag with "fuck Putin" in there, but it was going to be, it had little stars, so it didn't just say "fuck" on the background the whole time of our show.
Hey, Pav, since you're still kicked out of Facebook, or since you haven't gotten your account back, Nedberg sent Manfred a letter today. It's one sentence, and it's in real big font.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's hilarious.
He's going to get kicked off Facebook.
Then he sent it with a Yogi Berra stamp, or some baseball player with the stamp on the envelope. Oh, I thought that was funny. So if you guys want to send letters to the commissioner, let him know how you feel. Might as well.
Okay, so he seriously sent a letter?
He sent me the letter, and then he sent the picture with the stamp on it.
I hope he fucking really did.
I hope he did too.
That gives me a whole new level of respect for Nedberg, dude.
Yeah, no shit. Let me see if I can pull it up.
He's gonna be on TV. Local man arrested for threats.
I don't think it was threatening. Hang on. I gotta find it.
Dude.
Oh, I mean, it's a suggestion.
Manfred will make it threatening somehow.
Here, so if you wanna, if I don't care. We're totally. This is us being totally independent show here right now. So if you want to see, get on YouTube at the 1 hour 18-minute mark, and I will show you guys exactly what our friends sent to Bozo Bob today. Here it is, coming up right now. Dear Rob Manfred, very tiny. Eat a bag of shit, cunt face. Regards, Steve Nedberg.
Oh my god.
So hang on. I gotta close this out for just a second so I don't show anything I probably shouldn't show. But yeah, here we go. I'll bring it back up. And there it is. He's packaged up. Yeah, with the Yogi Berra stamp.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's where we're at with it. Brett.
I was gonna say earlier you should have had pulled up the fucking YouTube of Brett pulling the card while we were talking about it. We have to remember that for moments like that.
What's that?
That you pull up another window. You could have pulled up fucking Brett pulling that Wander, man.
Oh,
that was exciting.
Oh man,
I can do it.
Like I said, I could. That golden one is amazing. I love
Brett,
it. I just
your
love
YouTube channel's not gonna copyright me, is it?
I doubt it. No,
That's the one thing that I miss about Facebook is the baseball card groups.
Yeah,
so like
they're fun.
I didn't get to see it, but at least like I'm on Discord now.
You're over 19,000 views on this video.
Oh
now,
shit!
Brett.
So Brad sent me the link right away. It's like, dude, fucking A.
Look at that.
Hang on. I gotta
Love it.
do this one more
Fucking
time.
commercials.
I'm getting-
Fucking YouTube commercials.
I'm getting Bretta's revenue right now.
Yeah, man, get that hour, those play times going. Come on.
Share screen lets you share audio. Look
Oh.
for the share audio checkbox on the next window. Share system audio.
You gotta put like
Subscribe kind of gets what
I
I'm
don't know
doing.
if
I don't
it's-
open for anybody
I
else.
love
I'm
it.
not a
I love
breaker.
it.
Do it for myself. Juan Soto.
It's not. Oh shit.
Were these available to the Monty Club?
Like
These were
minute
available to
15.
the Monty Club. And then the next day they sold out
Be careful sharing screen audio.
pretty
if you
fast,
have a
I
guest.
believe.
They will hear
A lot of
themselves.
people were down on these. Guys, I don't question anymore.
Do you,
I just buy
do you know where
every
this
single
was?
thing. I
No.
don't care what the price is.
15.
15 minutes.
I
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
them.
Right in there.
And here is a
Right there,
green
yeah.
first edition.
Okay.
Second, once these
Can
get
you guys
opened
hear it?
up, I think people are going
I
to
can hear
start
it.
paying more
Oh,
for
yeah,
these
we can hear it.
boxes.
Okay.
My turn.
You better rush out. If you're planning on getting
Does
one,
this
I
do
would get one
anything?
today. Brandon
adjust the
Marsh, that's a
volume or
good
no?
one.
I can't hear it.
What do we have here? Ooh, ding, kaboom!
I love it.
Let's
Yes.
go, baby!
I love it.
So there's the magic, folks.
I love that. Like
Wonder Mania.
how you
in
didn't
the
realize it was
house.
1 of 1 right away. 'Cause
I
it's-
have no
Well, look,
idea
because
what
it's-
this one is.
The 101's
This is why
the
you
101's
don't
supposed to be a
sell 'em.
platinum.
Oh shit! Whoa, let's go, baby! The big dog.
It's the KV, baby.
Let's go, baby! Kaboom!
Set that bottom right corner.
Massive.
Little
Probably
bit,
the
yeah.
biggest pull
I
I've
can
had.
do it. You can see it right there.
Before you
I
Look,
need to just
put it
take
in
a
there.
break here for
I
a
knew-
second. Hold on. I'm
Fucking
Brett.
people, dude, are stupid as fuck. They don't know shit.
kaboom!
Brett, I gotta ask why you
I am
why you
pumped.
sleeve
I
your
just
cards
need to put
backwards.
that
though.
down for a minute.
I
was
don't know,
shaking a
dude.
little
I
bit.
don't know. I always go bottom right.
I've had
and
some big
pop
pulls,
and
but that one
twist.
is
Boom.
Your left hand.
big. Share this, baby.
I sleeve
Share
with
it.
my right hand.
Let's
know.
go.
Fucking around.
Who goes in over here? I was
I don't-
noticing that
Kaboom.
before this even happened, and I was gonna give you shit for it, but I was like, no,
Come
just
on,
let him
baby,
do his
nice
thing.
It's just the
Easy.
way I've done it. I don't know why.
Get in this sleeve,
Yeah, you
baby.
didn't do anything to that corner though.
I'm going to a different sleeve.
You're literally not trying to do anything to that corner. It's obvious.
There we
You're
go.
trying not to
Nice
fuck it up.
and easy.
You see how it went in all
I did
nice
not
and easy?
think
It's
that
'cause
was
you
a
did it the right
101.
way that time.
Yeah.
Mammoth.
Exactly.
Oh, and then you do the other thing
Mammoth.
where you beat the
Yeah, you
top
don't
loader
like
on
that
the.
one.
I hate
I
that.
like
one.
that
Holy
one.
Oh, I hate it.
shnikey.
It's the worst.
Let's
The chat's
go.
going wild. You got almost 1,000 likes on the video.
Share that with your
19,200
friends.
Views. Me, baby.
One of one.
But nobody likes my
wonder.
comment because I'm a business. I don't have a normal YouTube.
What is
That's the
this
problem.
worth even? I
All
have
these other
no
people
idea.
getting the thumbs
Let's
up.
frickin' go.
Look at that. All the love.
This
I just
thing,
love
I'm
the
sending
comments.
this
This is
thing
the
to
best
PSA.
comments to read.
Tomorrow.
I'm gonna go back through and
I
reply
wonder-
to every single comment. I'm committed to
Holy
doing that.
cow.
Hey,
Let's
even the
go,
douchebag
man.
comments, if there's
Oh,
any,
yeah.
be like, fuck you.
Monster.
Yeah.
Where's your pool, bitch?
Holy cow.
Guess who's selling this card?
That is
motherfucker?
nasty.
Yeah.
Just nasty. I was
Ooh,
like, what
I
are
pulled
these
more cards
stars?
out of one box than you have in your life,
Man,
son.
oh man. All
Don't
right.
tell me
that
about a
deserves.
corner.
I don't
Hit 'em
usually
with
use
some shit.
stands.
Hit him with some shit, and
That.
Oh shit! Put it on the stand and everything.
So,
oh yeah.
I love it.
So I pulled recently. I had pulled a platinum out of 2019 Series 2. I forgot even who it was, but and it's a good looking card, right? Those platinums are cool out of flagship, but that foil with those stars looks, especially in person, the light on it, it looks really nice. The camera doesn't do it justice. In person, it just sparkles, and I would rather have that one over the platinum any day of the week in terms of looks.
I've only ever pulled one platinum ever, and it was out of UK baseball last year. And it was, it stood out, but they look exactly like the silver parallels from
Yeah.
Archives. They look just
Yep.
like so Archives has a ton of different names. There's Signature Series, Active, Signature Series, Retired, the Archive Snapshots, the little online exclusives. And I'm talking about the card-heavy retail hobby release of Archives, where like in 18 they did a Sandlot set of autographs, and they usually have a theme to go along with the product. But the silver parallels, I think they're numbered to 99. Brett, is that accurate? Do you remember?
I think so.
I
The
think that's
silvers,
right.
they look just like the flagship platinums. Because I pulled a Masahiro Tanaka out of a UK box. That was the only true 101 platinum I've ever pulled from the base set. I've pulled 101s out of flagship, never the actual base set 101.
How many 101s from flagship? Like, have there been any 101s pulled from flagship of Wander?
Has this
There's
dude
been a
was
couple,
this
right?
dude even here last week, Brett?
I was, dude. I know. How many?
I don't think there's been
a fucking
any
couple
new.
of them,
There's
right?
been three out of flagship. The promo pack Superfractor, the promo pack Superfractor autograph, and then one more. And I think I have a
That
picture
insert,
of that too.
I believe it's the insert autograph.
It's not the 87 auto. Yeah, it's the insert. I don't know where I put it though.
Yeah, and that platinum gray, it's kind of like a gray matte
Yeah.
finish, and it's kind of dull.
It doesn't pop, right?
But man, that rainbow foil with the stars, it looks really sick, and it is a rainbow foil, but it looks a little bit different. I don't know how to describe it.
Again, not my card, but here you go for anybody watching. 126
Okay.
for the YouTube. This Wander 101 auto. This is a live auto. The Superfractor was a redemption, I believe. This 101 has been pulled. So there you go. But those are the only three I know about. And then Brett pulled the first edition. So there's four total.
There's another 101 in there with an autograph.
Autograph, the 1987, the wood grain.
In first edition.
Yeah, his autograph 101 is in first edition. I don't know what the odds are though, Brett. Are the odds on the box?
You know what? I swear somebody just sent me like they're I looked at them. Oh, here. Somebody sent me
Yeah, here I got them. I got them on the box.
A comment. Oh crap. Where's that comment at?
It says approximate
1 in 177,540 packs. 101.
I'm actually confused. Because it says baseball stars as a parallel. What does that mean? Because that sounds like what you pulled.
That's
the one you just showed on the screen.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at first edition. I'm looking at the first edition box.
I understand, but the one you just pulled on the screen was baseball stars.
Was there these inserts in first edition, Brett?
Yeah. Yeah, they look like that.
Okay. Those are 1 in 149 packs. But the platinum is 1 in 538 packs. The autograph platinums are 1 in 12,174 packs.
Just because they're the smaller.
They're all those types of design. They're all baseball stars autograph parallels. Gold, red, and platinum. That's it. That's all you got. So yeah, you have your Wander, Brett, might sell for more than what the autograph will.
Right, because it'll be an insert.
It's not an insert.
It's a base. That's what I was telling a coworker today.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's like the card to have out of the whole set. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it is.
We get back to that.
6 figures.
Yeah,
I'm not getting my hopes up.
I would after knowing that. I thought there was going to be an autograph version of that card. And if it's not of that card, then you have the card. It's stupid. It just sounds so stupid. I'm not trying to shit on your card.
Yeah, dude.
But it seems, the 101 ink is going to be worth less than that.
Yep. It's weird.
It's an
You've
insert.
talked about that a lot.
And even though it's
an insert.
Here, I'll tell you exactly how much harder it is to pull, too. Because we have the odds right in front of us. It's literally... I want to make sure I do this right. 500. It's literally 24 times harder to hit the 101 autograph than the 101 player.
Yeah. Auto, look at the auto odds in that box.
That's what I'm saying. Just to hit a platinum auto is 1 in 12,174 packs. To hit a platinum 101 base card, 1 in 538.
Right, but okay, so that's because however many cards there are in the set, right? They make all of those cards available as a 1 of 1.
Yes.
Whereas those autographs,
Yeah, there's less of them. Yeah.
Right. So that's why there's one in.
But it's all they're all the same packs though.
Right.
So it just makes it inherently harder. You're all opening this pack.
Right.
These packs. So there's 24 packs in a box.
During that opening, it was close to when it was close to when I pulled the Wanderer. I was trying to be neutral about the box, saying, when I was opening, I was enjoying the product. I thought it looked good. There's lots of numbered colors. I was like, if I would open this box again if I had the chance at the price.
You said it.
And it's a good looking product. And when we bought that, I did not think there was going to be that many numbered cards in the box. I had no clue because there was the Topps website had no information on any parallels at all. Yeah. And have you opened up much Bowman's First? Because I've never been able to get Bowman's First to open it.
So this year I got none. I got screwed because they didn't. It was sold out by the time they put the email out this year. Topps and that's the shit that infuriates me. So the email came out and that shit was already sold out, and they only sold it as like 50-pack boxes. Last year for 2020 Bowman Draft, they only let you buy 2 boxes at a time. I think you had to buy it in like packs, or maybe it was packs. And if you ordered, I think it was packs.
Right. Yeah.
They sold it by the pack. If you bought 24 packs, which was the most they'd let you buy at a time, they'd sell it to you in a box. They let you do it 10 times because I had 10 boxes in 2020. I sat there and just kept going through and buying and ordering casually throughout the afternoon. I didn't do it all at once. Gotta go now. Robots are coming. Like all these fucks who have no, robots. Fucking hate you guys, you retail fucks.
Dude, those bots are unbelievable.
Hey, Topps and Fanatics, get rid of the fucking robots. You got all this stupid shit on your website now where you can't even log in half the time because it thinks you're not a real person. Do the shit and fix the shit about the fake people. Fix your bot problem. It's ridiculous. People pay money to get into these Discord servers to have access to that bullshit. They're literally paying. They're being funded to cheat the system, and you just let it happen. So, good for you. Fix that shit. That should be... You want to go direct to consumer? Fix your fucking bot problem. That's my rant on... I love you guys. I really do. But that's a problem.
I know a few people, Brad, that have bots, and they say Topps is one of the easiest, and they destroy it. And they actually... By the time the stuff goes live on Topps, those bots have already purchased many units before they even go live. So if it's a limited run, it doesn't even go live for the 3 of us without a bot. It's right. By the time it goes live, it's sold out. So there's a little delay by the time they put that link up there because they get that link before it goes live. I don't know how, those data miners. Those data miners get that link because when it comes up. And then again, when it goes live and says for sale, they've already got it programmed and boom, and they've purchased it all. And then next thing you know, sold out. And people are like, I didn't get anything in it, dude. Those bots are.
It creates fake demand too.
Oh yeah.
Fake demand, but it's not fake for them for Topps because they're still selling it. But on the secondary market, it creates a sense of fake demand that's not there. The demand is only there because robots bought it all. If the robots didn't buy it all, that shit would sit up there for months like Allen and Ginter Chrome did on their website. So, I'm not saying that everything would do that, but it's just not.
It's frustrating.
It's not an even playing field.
Walmart
and I'm not
gets
saying
destroyed.
That life isn't an even playing field either, but come on, man. It's ridiculous. What were we talking about before I started complaining?
You have your
first edition.
Sapphire?
I do.
Oh, baby.
I do, but all the Lewis Hamilton supers are both gone, though, now.
So fucking Max Verstappen, dude?
Yeah, Verstappen. And,
listen,
man.
All I know about racing is that in 2 days, Gran Turismo 7 comes out. So you guys can catch me inside. How about that?
What's the F1 Sapphire box going for now?
I don't know. I won't even
a
look.
lot.
It's
I guarantee
it's just on the shelf.
2,000 plus at least.
Whatever.
I would leave it there, but man,
That's probably what I'm doing with this box. This box is probably just gonna hang out, and then either that or I have the Wander Auto in mind.
You won't lose value on that. But I tell you what, you open up two, those cards are hot. I've actually got I have a short print of oh my god, I just had a PSA submission pop of 5 orders, 5 cards. That was the very first one they did, and it's coming back. That went in like the end of December, and it's coming back. And I got it was George Russell, the short print, coming back 10. So I mean, those F1 cards are going for so much.
First of its kind release.
Yeah. Do you guys know? So like the 1 of 1 that you pulled in that first edition is the platinum in flagship tops that same kind of foil board or no?
No. And what I was gonna say about the other, like the Bowman Draft first edition, I think I did open one 2021 Draft first edition, but the year before there was damn near a foil in every pack, whereas this past year it wasn't a foil in every pack. It was like a foil in half the packs, and not all of them were numbered, but they had like the standard foil, whatever that color was. I think they were blue foils, light blue foils. But there was one in like every pack of 2020 Bowman Draft first edition. And then 21 Draft first edition was not that way. And then the spring Bowman first edition, I think this past year they sold it all to card shop owners or something like that. The whoever had Topps accounts, like real deal Topps accounts. So I don't know.
So let me ask you this then. Which card do you guys think
Brett's first edition sells better than the flagship 101?
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. It's first edition.
It's
I think it's stupid.
Prettier.
It's a cooler looking card, no doubt, because the 101. But this is the first year of the first edition. It's like the 89 Upper Deck. Ken Griffey Jr., that's his card. That's Upper Deck's first release. He's card number 1. This is Topps first edition flagship release. They have the Superstar Chase Guy already in the product. That's his one. Brett, it's a huge card, dude.
It is huge.
It's the Mickey Mantle.
Brett, are you sure you're going to sell it?
1952 Topps. They fucking throw the cards in the ocean, so it's short printed.
Yep.
So
here in 2092, they're gonna have the first edition Wander NFT on auction on the closed C platform, and we'll all be bidding on it there in 70 years.
I'm just selling the hype, you got
to
sell the hype.
You have to. I agree.
I would love to be. I would love to be in the long game, the long game, but the chances that he's Trout aren't good. What if he's Chris Bryant? The value right now is
I agree,
as high as it's going to be unless he becomes Trout or massive.
Talk less.
And I love the kid. I love the kid.
Don't hurt your card. Talk less.
He's not gonna.
I'm beating it up. Hopefully.
I know people, man. They'll be like, "You say too much. Talk less. Just talk less."
But
that's all.
Hey, man.
No, I think you're right.
I agree.
Look at the historic values of cards. I mean, look at Acuna, where his stuff where it was and where it is now, and it's not like he's fucking not good. So
he's amazing.
You got a hobby booming to play with that too, though.
But dude, you have. I don't know. You look at cards as a whole for baseball, and there's no one's values that are like Trout's, right? So like we have a very short period of Soto and Acuna blowing up and getting really hot, and their stuff going up like crazy. But like, Mookie Betts, that stuff isn't valued like Trout stuff is.
Yeah, well, Mookie Betts doesn't like Trout.
He's the fucking next best thing. So I mean,
Yeah, well, here's the thing: where
so what you're saying,
Mookie's
Wander
better
has
is
to be better than Trout. He has to be better than Trout because
exactly.
if
So talk
he's
less,
only
would
number
you?
two, if he's only number two, then fucking Trout's yeah, no.
Damn, just talk
What?
less. We're talking too
Yay.
much.
No, I'll tell you this: it's very unlikely that whoever buys your card watches this video.
They should. They'd learn something.
Yeah,
They would.
no kidding.
They
I
would.
sent you I sent you
I'm
a
trying to
Cesar
pull it up.
Hernandez Platinum.
Yeah.
That Stars looks way better than this card. I know it's
Way
Cesar
better.
Hernandez, but still, it looks decent. But it
Yeah. So this is a 101. You said. Yeah.
it's a 101.
Oh yeah. Here, let me put
This is the
this.
Platinum from this year's flagship.
I don't like these. I don't think they're great. So yeah, this is a 101. It's a Platinum 101. That's it.
Yeah,
It looks like a silver parallel.
Yeah.
Boop, 101.
No.
Whoop-de-doo.
No.
Yeah, no, Brett's is king. Brett has the Wander card. The more that we talk about this, the more I'm convinced of that. So, congrats.
That
on
is a
your-
massive
on your new
card.
boat.
I knew it was a massive card, but
So, Brett, here's a question, dude. You don't have to tell us everything, but we know that you're selling it. We know that it's going to Golden. You don't have to tell us none of those details. It's nobody's fucking business. Golden, Barstool Sports, and other people have just stolen your video footage to make their clips and get their headlines, but nobody's actually wanted to talk to you, which is bullshit because you're the guy that pulled the card. None of that really matters, but we know you're selling. My point was it's nobody's fucking business since they don't even want to ask you. What do you have any plans? With okay, so let me ask you this. What do you think is best case scenario? What do you think is worst case scenario? And where do you temper your expectations?
I have my expectations way low. Like
You should.
I'm talking.
That's great.
I'm talking.
We're talking, Brett. Nice fucking try, Brett. This dude can't even podcast right. Brett Comensoli, ladies and gentlemen. That's our hobby news guy. He'll be back as soon as he figures out his telephone.
I'm glad to hear that's what he's going to do with the money.
Yeah, me too. I really. It's good to know he has a very firm financial plan
Stretch it a long way
till the end of time. Apparently, he should be back with us any minute to finish this up. Audio people, you don't see when they drop out. It's hilarious. He's shaking his head and throwing his hands around, and he's back, baby. He's back.
I don't understand what the difference from last week.
I don't know. You were good last week.
It was. I don't understand. But so expectations.
Well, your phone knows you're a rich man now, and it just wants to be upgraded. So yeah, expectations, man. What do you think? You said you're keeping them low. We talked a little bit.
20 to 25,000. I'd be like, okay, whatever. 50,000 wouldn't surprise me at all, one bit.
No, and
that's what Gold kind of threw a number out there, like, hey, 50 or more.
We spoke, and I thought 35 minimum. And then the more we talk and the more you see, it's like that number keeps going up.
And, if it hit 100, I wouldn't be surprised at all with the day and age of these cards and the money that's being thrown around. It's just what big boys come to the sandbox to play and who want it,
Yeah. And Barstool with the crazy number of 500,000.
I don't think that's happening.
No.
But I mean, so if it went for 200,000, would it surprise you guys? Like you would be like shocked that it went for 200?
No.
I wouldn't be shocked.
He hasn't had his supercell, right?
What?
The Wander Superfractor.
Huh?
A Wander.
I don't know who. I've seen it. Someone has it.
But it's never sold on open market, right?
I don't think so.
What did Jason Dominguez do?
484. 484.
200,000 wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said I thought Dominguez was going to be 100 and a quarter.
Yeah.
I said I thought it, and I've always been conservative in my guesstimates, and I said 125, and it destroyed that. So if they get the right boys in the sandbox, like Brett said, $250,000.
I mean,
I think is
200,000 for those guys is fuck you money, and it's
Right.
nothing, right?
right.
For
So
us, it's just not in my mind of that could even happen. But for them,
So-
it's just another $100 bill.
so we'll see. But this is what I think. I think the floor is 75 grand. Just based on some of the bigger things I've seen in the market and being a baseball guy. I don't know the rich people market though. You know what I mean? That's the people that are going to be buying this card. I think your floor is 75. If it sells for 50, that wouldn't surprise me. But I really think the more we've talked about it on this episode and the way we've hashed this out, and I think that's the 101 Wander to have, because he's not going to have a base set autograph. There's no base set autographs for the flagship. So you're not going to have that same picture with an autograph on it and a 101 stamp. The only other one you'll have is the mainline flagship, which we've shown, the silver, platinum, gray, whatever you call it, it doesn't have the eye appeal. It's got the right stamp on the back with the 101, but your card's fucking gorgeous. The foil with the stars, and when the light hits that just right, it's going to look good. It's going to be slabbed up. It's going to be presented, prettied up, send it off, let Golden pimp it out, do his thing. 75 floor, $250,000 wouldn't surprise me. I don't necessarily think that's where it's going. Like, don't let me pump your head full of that.
Yeah,
But if it got into some bidding war with 3 or 4 or 5 Wander Mania dudes that gotta have it, he's one of the few prospects, the only one I can think of in recent memory, where scouts gave him an 80 for his hit tool. Like, I mean, he has the pedigree all the way through, coming through baseball up to now, that he's as close to a sure thing as you're ever going to see. He's maybe the safest potential investment for people that play that big money investment game. So that's the fucking sky's the limit. I hope you get more than what I think. I want you to get it all. I want you to get it all, dude. So
I've told my family and friends, like, if I got somewhere in the 75 range, I would pay off my house. I've owned a small ranch house, and I owe right around 65 on it. So
I wasn't gonna ask, but there you go.
I would just pay it off. Like, that was one of the first things that came to my mind in the video. It's like, paying off the house, man.
Do you mind me asking what your mortgage payment is? If you don't want to answer it, it's cool.
Oh no, $830 a month I pay.
Yeah. So then you know what I mean? Like, you paying off your mortgage. How many more years do you have right now? Do you know?
It's not a ton. It may be like 15. Because
Brett.
I bought this house back in
Okay, so listen to me. Listen to me, Brett. If you have 15 years, you're paying yourself what, 120 grand on that card by paying that house off?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the money.
Interest.
Yeah, the interest is, you know what I mean? So you're paying yourself more than what you got for the card, if in fact you get enough for the card to pay your house off. I'm not a financial guy, you know that, but I just like I like to play the numbers game. So it's a fucking smart move. Not only that, like, yeah, you're paying yourself, but you're not having to spend that money every month. And that's I assume that's your biggest payment every month is your house payment. So
and that's getting back to like where I started after I got divorced. I just came up with a grand plan that I don't want to owe the man any money, right? And the only money I owe the man is the house. Everything else is taken care of. I've been smart, even with buying cards. And
that's awesome.
It's easy to do when you're single and you don't have kids. If you just, again, I don't go and go to the bars and spend my money. And I do go out to eat. Don't get me wrong, but
having a family is difficult though. I had to stop cutting weight. I had to stop cutting weight because of the kids, and then I was too moody. So then I was being an asshole because I was hungry, and then the kids are eating all this good food. Like, let me get a bite of that. Like, and that's something I want to do. I want to work on my goal, but it's not what's in the best interest of my family. So fuck it. Give me the pasta. Bring the noodles. We want some noodles. Ma, the meatloaf. We changed our mind. We have some of that meatloaf now. But dude, it's fucking awesome, dude. I'm so happy for you. The only request, I don't want anything from you other than you to continue to keep doing the podcast with us. But I want to get some more treats for Tracker Daddy over there. You know, we got to hook Tracker up. We got to get him a big ass bone.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
You know, I did not get I should have got a picture with the card next to him, and I did not do that.
Oh man, that's all right. It's all right.
I got some numbers for you guys.
Let's hear them.
So there has been 2 of the acetate cards that sold on eBay.
Was one of them for 12.5?
Yes.
Yeah, there's another one that sold
for 15.5.
When was that? That was after, huh?
Yeah, the 26th.
That's how I figured out floor price, honestly.
So that I mean that's numbered to 10.
Yep.
Doesn't look near as good as your card. Oh man,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we based floor. My original floor, I think I told Brett, was 25. I said if anybody offers you anything, don't even talk to them unless they're at least there, and even then, I wouldn't talk to them. But and I was like, we had the number to 10 sell for 12.5. I said, dude, you got a blank check, bud. Blank check.
As soon as Brad told me, I said, dude, make sure to give him the golden information
right away.
Like
I told John,
straight to auction house type stuff.
I went right in the group chat while I was banging my cowbell and screaming down here. My wife thought something was wrong. I'm like, I started screaming. I'm like, Brett just hit the fucking 101. She goes, what? What are you talking about? I said, Brett just got paid. Fucking screaming in my own house, dude. I was like, it's like better than watching a basketball game or, like I was watching a sporting event and the team I was rooting for hit a fucking 8-run grand slam, like there's no such thing, and he still did it. That's like what you watched happen. The dude just hit a fucking grand slam with nobody on base. Like, he's down 3 in the 9th inning with 2 outs and nobody on, and he still hit one so far they gave him 4 runs. They're like, here, just have him. Here, catch this dub real quick.
100,000.
100K you're going with? Man.
100,000 for.
I firmly believe it's a 6-figure card, and I think 75's the floor.
But
nope.
Where I'm seeing those other cards and stuff, and knowing that there isn't another one of one in that product other than that fucking insert auto.
There's that
the platinum looks the way it does. This is going to be the card.
It's a cool card. The base card is a cool card. It's a cool photograph. It's a good shot. I always rag on Flagship for having uninspired pictures, and Stadium Club has way better photography and gets no love. Why? I don't know. I think it's stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Hobby, get it together. Stadium Club is superior to Flagship in every facet. Every facet outside of your manufactured relics. I mean, come on. It's a better card stock. It's a better picture. What are we doing here? But anyway, that's besides the point. The Wander card for the Flagship set is a badass photo. I mean, it's a good shot. He's pumped up. He just got a hit. It's good. He's doing his thing. It might even have been a home run.
It was a home run. It was a game-tying home run in his debut.
See? Game-tying home run debut shot on a 101 card in the first edition of a first ever made product. That's a 6-figure card, dude. There's nothing else like it.
Topps had a video that they did, and they were talking about how they wanted to get Wander's first game. They used the first game, and they had a limited amount of photos to use to get that card out because they were starting to publicize Series 1 for this year. And this was last year when, whatever, I forgot what day he debuted, but they literally took that image and made the card. And then the next day they put it on social media. So that's kind of when they debuted that, which is crazy. It is a sick looking,
it's a good shot. Yeah, it's a good shot. I don't say that too much about flagship. I'm not the biggest flagship fan. It serves a purpose. It's great. I get it. I get why. I understand why things are the way they are. I just don't agree with most any of them, really, as far as the hobby goes. But you did it, dude. You got the card. The card. The card. There's not a better card. Not even the autograph. The only thing did like the Superfractor autograph out of the promo pack, but it's gonna be a sticker, and it's they're gonna
Promo pack.
yeah. Why and why is that such a bad thing? It's a fucking Superfractor.
I'm just saying.
I know. That's the things you understand but don't agree with. It's so stupid. So as far as people spending money, Brett, you got the card. You got it. Well, you had it. You already sent it away, right? It's gone.
Yeah, it's already there. I mean, it went. That's one of the things too. Like they
Ship it in an armored truck.
They paid for the label, fully insured. It was not overnight, but it was one day. Like it shipped there. It was express.
Yeah.
It was fast, man. And they're going to grade it, so I don't have to pay to grade it. And like that's something you don't talk about. So if I would grade that card myself with PSA, what would the fee be? The upcharge on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they actually stuck to that, I don't know. Would that cost me $10,000 just to grade it?
I don't know.
Probably a couple grand, I would think.
Yeah,
that's the one though where you say PSA. Okay, are you making me an offer on my card? Because there's no other one like it. I say it's a $10 card. What do you? Fuck you! It's my card.
Pavic, maybe you would know this. Topps claims. I've heard rumors. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but if a card is graded less than whatever, a 7 or a 6,
it's less than an 8, I believe. I think if it's a 7 or less, they replace it. So that's a good question.
So if that's true, and if that comes back a 7, I'll be like, hey, Golden, let's get Topps and let's get that card replaced and get a PSA 10, man. Not that it matters that much, but
no, it does matter. It's the fucking card, dude. It matters.
I would expect that they would replace it. I don't expect you to get less than a PSA 8 though.
Yeah,
I don't think so either. I took it out the day after when I cleaned my table. I was very careful, and I took it out and I looked under how I do for any other card that I'm going to send a PSA, just to look at it. The one corner's got some damage. There's even some like on the foil on a couple sides, it's raised a little bit. And there's no scratches on it, but it's kind of it's
still
got
talking.
it's got some issues. Brad's like, talk less,
man.
Less than. So we're gonna be look at this is why it's great that Brett got that card, because we're not the fucking assholes. We're not the fucking people that are faking what cards are. We're not the ones wiping autographs and stuff to make them look better.
Yeah, no shit.
This is real. So like down the line when people are like, asking about this card, Brett is honest. This is here it is. You guys want to fucking know. This is exactly the guy that opened the card, first saw it, first laid eyes on it. Here he is telling you exactly the condition as he saw it at that time. So like, it's I really don't think, like, I think it's one of those things where fucking Topps will tell PSA, don't you fucking dare put that thing in anything less than an 8.
Yeah.
So if it got less than an 8, then I would probably definitely pursue the opportunity to have it. I would say that they probably have one. I believe that they probably print 2 1-of-1s. So it's interesting that if they did print 2, that they sent that one instead of the other one.
I don't know.
I would like to know all the interrelationships between, like, Golden and PSA.
I don't think you want to know any of that.
Probably not. But I mean, if you work there, you would definitely know just what's going on,
So, Brett, after the auction, are you going to Disneyland?
I'm actually, I don't think so. I'm not a Disney.
Going to card show.
I'm I would like to go somewhere this summer. I would love to go see the Cubs play somewhere I haven't been.
That'd be cool. Let me know.
That'd be nice.
I'm game.
I'm down. Let's
tell
do it.
Tell Bozo Bob get it together.
I'll pick you guys up and we'll go to like Cleveland or Pittsburgh.
I'll pay my way. Pav will pay his way. We don't want nothing from you, bud. We don't want nothing from you. We're not trying to get a free trip. We just want to know what you're gonna. We're happy for you. What are you gonna do with it?
Or are you flying?
Yeah, I'll drive. Fuck it. My car goes fast.
Yeah.
Just meet me here. You know, I don't want to have to go out of my way to pick you up. You meet me here, I'll drive.
That's one thing I'd like to do. Also, another thing. It just is such a terrible time for me. I've always wanted to go to the Daytona 500, but I always have school, in February. So that's been on my.
Maybe you make enough money, take the fucking rest of the year off, baby.
What would I mean, you get a sub. Somebody could sub next year.
One of my kids asked me, he's like, if you sell this card, are you gonna still work here? And I'm like, dude, I'm not going anywhere, man. I'll be here next year and the year after. Just
next
like
year.
I've been the last 21 years.
At Brett's school.
Brett's
not here.
Other teachers take any interest in what you got going on with the sports cards?
Yeah, actually, I got a lot of my coworkers who are on Facebook, and they were like, "Holy cow!" And my coworker, I bought some cards from him. He used to go out on his lunch hour, and he's married. So when he got married, his wife would bust his balls if he brought cards home. So he would have them all over his desk, and he didn't have kids at the time. Well, I started buying lots of his cards. I started buying him out to get him some cash because he needed some cash for babysitters. And so he was going crazy. And there's a few other guys in my school that I work with that are into cards, and I talk to them. But yeah, it's been a good conversation the last couple of days.
Do you have anything you want to say in general about the whole situation? Anything at all?
I think I've said a lot, but who I want to see this podcast is Barstool Sports. I want to talk to them.
Oh,
and
yes.
Not necessarily about the card. I want to talk to them. Here's another thing.
Those fucking pizza ratings.
Here's one thing that a lot of my viewers on YouTube don't know. My friends do, but I spent 20 years of my life promoting disc golf, running tournaments, running leagues, president of a club. I mean, I spent countless hours and not paid, and just for the love of it, to try to advance the game of disc golf. And it's gotten big.
It is getting bigger.
It's getting bigger, and it's close. Players are actually, the top two players each get $1 million a year. So it's come a long ways. But it's time that somebody takes notice, and I think Barstool Sports will be perfect. I was kind of telling you guys right before we went on the Hard Knocks that HBO does with the NFL. I did not watch the series, but I know there was tons of interest around the F1 little series that they did on the coverage, and that really helped the card market. I think Barstool, it would be amazing to see them cover a handful of the top players and follow around. And if people really understood that these guys are athletes, they're true athletes. The two top players were both probably could have played minor league baseball. Ricky Wysocki and Paul McBeth. They're incredible athletes. And the young talent that's coming up, there's some characters too. Like it's very dynamic. I would love to see those guys get the recognition. And not only those guys, the females, they don't get the recognition they do deserve, because like Brad's played disc golf. Pav, have you played disc golf?
Yeah, we actually, so like us being this fucking tiny small town, we actually have a disc golf
They do.
semi-course in our town park, and we're a town of like 150, 200 people.
Awesome.
Their park's gigantic.
If you saw these female players, they come and they would beat up on you, man. You'd be like, holy crap, I can't believe she could throw that far.
Oh yeah,
And,
I can't throw far at all.
I mean,
the top players are throwing 600 feet. But for me, it would be not only the athletic ability to show it off, but the behind the scenes, the dudes who are grinding, who are living out of their vans, the social lives that they have. It's a dynamic group of people, and I think it's just waiting for a big sponsor and a network to cover and like a company like Nike to get involved that would really, it kind of reminds me of skateboarding when Tony Hawk just busted out. I would love Barstool to hit it up or any other media for that matter.
Yeah, that would be really cool, man. It's a lot too. I don't think people understand that. People hear disc golf, they go, "Oh, they're just throwing a frisbee." Like, oh my god, it's so hard. There's all the discs do so many different things. They come in so many different weights and materials, and I don't even know. Like I know some discs have 4 numbers on them, and I still couldn't tell you what all they do. Sometimes I'll have to ask a guy, and I've been disc golfing for 2 years now. Like, hey, we got the wind. This is a -3. Like what are we doing here? No, put that. Go get something else.
And there's so many different ways to throw it: sidearm, backhand. You can throw it like a baseball. It's
fun.
You can roll it.
It's fun. Once you get the hang of throwing it and throwing the right way, which I'm still working on. I don't get to do it all the time, but would you say it's cheaper than playing regular golf?
Way cheaper. I mean, you can literally getting started, you can go out and buy a couple discs and play. And then as you learn, add a few discs in here, maybe get a bag to carry your discs. And then if you start for an amateur to get in a tournament, it's $25 to $40 for a day of entertainment. So it really is cheap.
Not only that, it's good activity.
Yep.
We have all of these things in life. The whole reason we had to wear masks and all of that shit. And people tell you to go do this and do that, but nobody tells you to be more active. Go play disc golf. Holy shit. You'll get 20,000 steps in a round of disc golf. It's absurd.
Yeah.
I went and disc golfed after a leg day one time. I had a hard time finishing the course, and the course had hills, and my legs were cooked coming into it. And then I'm like, yeah, let's go do some more. It was rough, man, but hey, it's fun. It's a good time. I really enjoy it, and it's getting more popular because you start to see more courses pop up in more places, and people. And it seems like, and I'm not very linked into the local disc golf community around here because I just don't have the time. But all those, I haven't met like a bad person, and they all take really good care of the facilities that they work on. Like the city of Portage, which is a town over from me. I actually used to live in a shady neighborhood behind the city park they had. And they had a fence that ran all the way down my street, a 10-foot tall fence to keep you out of the park, or to keep the park out of you, however you look at it. They authorized the city parks department to build a disc golf course, and it's actually has 21 holes. There's like 3 optional ones you can skip if you want to. And they let these people that aren't city employees maintain that facility, and they put in new tee pads, they maintain the benches, and they try and keep all the garbage picked up. I mean, it's not what you think. It's not some hippie stoner dude that's like, "Oh, sad dude." Like, yeah, they're there, but it's not when you're getting into that professional stuff that Brett's talking about. Those guys are good.
Stoner dudes want to take care of stuff.
Yeah, I mean they will too, but
you've got some pretty good disc golf down by you too. Lemon Lake County Park has 4 courses there.
I played there.
One of my favorite courses at Valpo, Rogers Lakewood. That park is awesome.
I know I've played all of them. I just don't remember them all. And I played one over by you somewhere. They have a pro shop in Illinois.
Yeah, the Canyons Lockport.
Yep.
I remember you saying that. That's a sweet course too.
That was cool too. Yeah, I went over there one time last year, maybe 2 years ago now, but yeah, that was fun. The pro shops for disc golf are cool because they don't really require a lot, and the discs, like, You know what I mean? You can have so many discs in a tiny spot.
Yeah, they don't
Just-
take up a lot of room.
Right. It's, and then they have used ones and new ones, and they got it all. So yeah, man. This is long past what I'm gonna clip out for the Barstool people, but Barstool, man, if you guys check this out, man, Brett's been trying to get at you. You took his wander pool and ran away with your media article, and you didn't talk to Brett at all. So nobody's mad about that. But Brett wants to talk to you guys about disc golf. He spent 20 some odd years running disc golf, grinding, man, grinding for free, doing this stuff for free. So you're not a professional, right, Brett? Or are you?
I used to be, but not by today's standards.
Right. Sure.
I'm an amateur now. I'm an old guy amateur.
Old guy amateur now. He just wants to talk. He said he's been trying to hit you guys up for years. So, you guys put him in your article. Why don't you just, why doesn't somebody just have a conversation with him? It doesn't have to involve anything. Just talk. Open up bridge the communication gap.
Come on, Dave Portnoy. They got an office in Chicago too. I'll drive down to the city and have a talk. Come on.
So there you go. I'm not running my mouth. You guys grabbed your headline like any good news outlet would. But here's the man behind down. He's over there, but here he is. He's down there. There's the man behind the article that you grabbed to get your views. So if you got anything positive from your guys' end out of all the views in the article and the crazy $500,000 price tag you put in the article, I mean, I hope he gets it. I do. But hit up Brett about disc golf. I mean, his Instagram handle is Wind City Disc Golf, right? Wind City DG. That just shows he's a disc golfer, man. Disc golfer, baseball cards, all of that. Anything else we want to talk about tonight, guys? Anything else? I think we covered it, dude. I'm so fucking
I'm wandered
happy
out,
for you.
man. And
I'm sure you are. But now you just get to relax. You just get to hang out until it happens. Now you've done everything. Now you just wait until they mail you a check, dude.
That would be awesome, man.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They'll mail you a check, and I think I even know. Juice sent us his check when he got it for his Bowman Chrome Otani. Yeah. He sent us a picture of it.
What color was that? Was that
orange.
An orange?
It was an orange.
Wow.
Orange Bowman Chrome Otani auto.
Held it since 2018.
Held it.
Wow. Did he hit that in a break of yours, or did he?
Not mine. Not mine.
They did a big break.
No way.
I'm not naming names. Calm down.
No, can't even. No.
It was big multi-caser.
Next.
And it was like one of those ones, they did one of those ones where you only get the angles for one case.
Oh yeah.
So he got real, like, it was
the stars lined up for him.
$100 or something at the time.
It was a lot of money.
Wow. It was a big multi-case, and he ended up hitting huge. And right. Sorry, Juice, but right after that, his mama said, "Juice, no more." So he got out of buying.
Yeah, I haven't seen Juice in a break.
Oh yeah, still owns a ton of stuff, but he got out of buying, and he doesn't sell. He really doesn't sell. Yeah. So like,
man, he held that one.
Me and Pav have been trying to get into his storage unit for years now. He won't even invite us down to look at it.
The only thing I've ever seen him, he made that trade.
Jordan basketball.
For a Jordan basketball.
Yeah.
For a Jordan autograph basketball.
The last move we seen him make was he traded something, and I forget what, but he got a signed silver ink Michael Jordan basketball.
So like he doesn't sell very often. So like I'd love to get into his storage unit. I always tell him, like, dude, I'll bring cash. I'll show you the cash before I come. I'm like, whatever you want, dude. I just want to see.
Let us know we're going to the airport. What time should we be there?
Apparently, Juice is rich, dude. We just don't know it.
We don't know, man. That's what happens when you hit these big cards.
He's got that fuck you money.
Yeah, not anymore.
Fuck you guys.
I quit. This show sucks. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we got to wrap this thing up. Brett, anything else you want to say? It don't have to be the Barstool. Anything. You're wandered out.
Thanks to you guys for having me on. Of course, I'm going to keep coming on. And
you know, you guys are part of this too. Brad, I mean, we've talked a lot in terms of messages and on even like when I get home and I don't turn on the TV anymore. So if Brad goes live and breaks, I just throw it on YouTube while I eat dinner and make a few comments here and there and enjoy watching cards, you know?
That's right.
Whether I'm on the break or not. So
that's it, man. That's it. I don't want to take no credit for having you set up at your first show, sell your whole table. I don't want none of that credit.
Dude, if you would have invited me, I don't know if I would have sold to the show.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's badass. Brad's like kicking the tires. I'm like, dude, just come to the show. Just come. Just hang out, dude. Here. I don't even know. I'm like, here. I got 2 tables. Just show up, dude.
It definitely
put whatever you want on my table. I don't care.
Like having you guys there when I don't want to go to a fucking show where I'm by myself.
It's nice. It's not
nice
fun
having you guys to hang out with.
It is not fun.
I've done it. It's not fun.
Bullshit that you gotta fucking deal with at them things. The people suck. I don't know. I just hate people in general.
Talk less, dude. Holy fuck. The name of this episode is episode 13. Talk fucking less. Oh.
Trying to man 2 tables at once with nobody else there.
It's tough.
You gotta go, even if you gotta go take a leak, you're like,
that's the hardest part.
Going to take a leak.
Yeah, the last few times I was set up in Money Island, I was with some lawyer who only sold vintage stuff. And I just felt weird. I'm like, this guy's way above my pay grade. And he's got all this old super vintage stuff. I'm like, hey, do you care if I go take a leak, dude? Like, I have prices on all my stuff if anybody asks. He's like, yeah, dude, I'll watch it. He was really cool. He's a really super nice guy. He's from Illinois somewhere. But it was just like, could not find 2 more contrasting styles of cards to set up in a 4-table square. It was just, I'm like, this guy's all vintage and I'm all modern. Like, oh my goodness. And then he's like, yeah, I'm a lawyer. I'm like, oh shit. Don't sue me. I didn't do it. Episode 13. Brett pulled the Wander Franco First Edition 2021 Top Series 1 Baseball. Oh my goodness, the 101. The granddaddy of them all, dare I say. The granddaddy. He stepped into the box. He gripped it. He ripped it. And kaboom! He hit a home run, guys. I'm so happy for him, Brett. I hope you get all the money on planet Earth for that card, man. And we'll keep everyone updated.
Fuck Putin. That's it.
Free Kane. Fuck Putin. Bozo Bob. Fix the game. Brett, how was school with no masks?
Oh, amazing. I'm like
amazing.
A person.
Amazing. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen.
You definitely look like a different person.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Have a great night.
Peace.